I'd like to introduce you to the next person on our panel. So we've already talked to Maria, who's given us the introduction. Our next speaker is talk to Patrick Walker, so the Senior Director for Content Partnerships here at VS. And he's going to tell us more about becoming a YouTube star. So I'd like to invite Patrick to the stage, please.
It's great to be back here in Holland. I'm actually based in London, where I look after the YouTube content team. Hired by Google originally, about 5 years ago actually, to think about how to launch Google Video in Europe. And within a few months, we realized this thing called YouTube was taking off. We were all kind of wringing our hands, like, my God, what are we going to do now? So Google ended up acquiring YouTube. That's what you can do when you see somebody so phenomenal rising so quickly. And at the time, we were so excited because YouTube was generating about 50 million views per day, and that was pretty phenomenal. And we're going to get to what we're doing at this moment, and I think you'll appreciate the growth and the potential. I myself am not a sort of technical from Google. My background is television. I was a TV and film student, journalism student, and worked in television in the early part of my career as a journalist. And in the old days, we used to have to shuffle tapes around to get video from one country to another. We actually had to go and spend $1,000 or $2,000 on satellite feeds. Things have changed dramatically, and it's all very exciting where things are going. But this is not just about us presenting to you. We're going to have a lot of people sharing their views, but I also very much want to involve you throughout this process. So get ready to warm up both physically and mentally. But before we do, I want to share a little video that will set the stage for what we're going to talk about.
YouTube has changed our lives. YouTube has changed my life, and it can change yours, too.
Okay, so let's get you guys involved. I know here in Holland you like to pass other things around. But I'd like to start off by passing the ball around. Get the ball rolling. See you guys warmed up a bit. Look out. Again. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the time that ball has been going around, we're coming up close to about a minute now. 35 hours of video have been uploaded to YouTube. We get, on average, 35 hours every minute of every day uploaded to YouTube. When I spoke on this topic about 6 months ago, it was 30 hours. 1 year ago, it was 20 hours in a single minute. 35 hours a minute is the same in terms of volume of content as Hollywood releasing 170,000 films per week. Now, of course, the quality is very different. We have people uploading videos of their cats. We have maybe you sending a video saying happy birthday to your grandmother. We also have videos of the Olympics from the BBC and from RTL here in the Netherlands. So the quality is very different. But treasure may not be so valuable to somebody else. So the important thing is that the user is in charge of determining what they want to share, what they want to watch, when they want to watch it. And that's what makes it so exciting. YouTube is very much about you. So, I know some of you are missing school today to be here, but I still want to give you a little quiz. You're not off the hook. So you've used your body a little bit for ball now, you've used your mind. If you work, they teach you to do it, you cannot have it. So how many views today do we have on YouTube worldwide? Anybody? Just shout it out. 100 billion. Sorry? 100 billion. 100 million? 100 million? Who thinks higher?
2 billion?
How many?
2 billion.
2 billion. Is that too high? Who thinks 2 billion is too high? 2 billion. It's actually 2 billion views per day. Have you checked the notes?
No.
What do you say?
Yes.
Good guess. Very good guess. 2 billion views per day. That's up 40% since last year. Remember I mentioned 50 million when we Google for our YouTube? So 50 million a day, we're like, wow, it's amazing. 2 billion views per day. Are you kidding? It's pretty insane. In the Netherlands, we're actually getting 100 million views per day. And that's growing considerably as well. Okay, so how many videos, when the word monetize it means videos on which we run advertising. 4 or 5 years ago, it was 0. Today, how many videos do we run ads on? How many videos do we monetize per week? Anybody? You see YouTube, you don't know what the ads is.
No.
25%? 25%? Who thinks? Give me a number. 25 million? Would you believe 3 billion per week? That was 2 billion about 3 months ago. So this is part of the opportunity. It's not just about being a star, getting yourself known, but you can actually make real money on YouTube. There are people that are making more money than ever before on the platform. How many partners do we have worldwide? Keep in mind, when we acquired YouTube, I think we Google 4 or 5 years ago, we had 4 partners: Universal Music, Warner Music, Sony Music, and EMI. Now we have how many partners? Start out. 20,000 partners.
Wow.
Many of those are the big guys that you might know, the big names out there, like BBC. Many of them are people like you. So these are people that are actually working with us to generate revenue on YouTube. We're localized in how many countries? How many countries have we launched in? 5 years ago it was 1. Now it's, anybody?
100.
What?
100.
Well, you can see it in every country in the world, maybe except for China on certain days. Maybe burn up half the time. We've actually localized in 30 countries, 31 countries. The language is kind of a big one. 30 languages. And how many people take at least one social action per week? When I say social action, I mean commenting, rating, voting, sharing. Posting on Facebook. Per week, how many people roughly? Sorry? 5 billion.
1 million.
15 million. Billion. It's 100 million. Anyway, the numbers are kind of, they're big, basically, and they're getting bigger. And I always think it's my stagnate, but I keep getting impressed that it's not just more people in countries where they have the internet getting involved, but it's more countries coming online that are getting involved. Even if they don't have the internet, they're getting involved through other platforms. Even in the Netherlands, we've seen growth YouTube views go up 25% over last year. And the amount of partners, these are user partners, these are not professional media companies, user partners, making over $10,000 a year has gone up 8 times. So the growth of the opportunity to make a business on YouTube, or at least to supplement your business, is getting to be very growing. So, accessible everywhere. YouTube is not just about the PC. How many of you have watched the video of YouTube on a handset, on a mobile phone? Okay. How many of you have watched the video of YouTube on a tablet, like an iPad? Okay. How many of you have a phone today that has a browser on it? To watch the web. How many of you have a phone with a browser on it about, say, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? 5 years ago? You're for no kids. Okay. Yeah. Well, how many of you have watched a video of YouTube over the internet on your television? Ooh, a few of you, yeah. Well, we think the amount of growth that we've seen of people consuming video from YouTube and other places, by the way, not just YouTube, be it the box public television, internet, and TV, it's going to be about the same as those now accessing video on the mobile device. 200 million of those views are coming from handheld devices. That's 100% since last year. So handheld devices. You can also participate in upload content via these devices as well. So it's about a two-way interaction, and it's definitely not about the PC. It's about any device, anytime, anywhere. So, you recognize any of these faces? Who's the one up there on your left? The Beatles. The Beatles had their first hit song in 1961. It's called Love Me Do. And believe it or not, it took them 3 years before they were able to translate that musical success into a TV appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. 3 years. Who's the other person up to the right?
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle. You guys watch British television? On television or on YouTube?
YouTube.
Well, we worked at ITV. We really didn't like it. They called it Parasite once upon a time to distribute Britain's Got Talent videos. And Susan Boyle's video was put on officially, but they also allowed any user-uploaded versions of it to go on the platform. And once she auditioned, within 24 hours, she had over 60 million views around the world. The day after, she was the #1 most searched term on Google and on YouTube globally, in pretty much every country. She actually beat over sex as the #1 search term for the first time ever. That's quite something. A month later, she appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. So a month. And she's already on the web. How about this dude down below, this guy? Drake Chan. This kid was filmed by somebody else playing the piano in a school in a musical performance. He was uploaded to YouTube within 24 hours. He was flown to New York. It was on the Ellen Show, a big TV talk show. Ellen decided to start a record label and signed him the next day. So the pace with which people are becoming famous, the pace with which people are being discovered is phenomenal. And actually, it's great to be here at Ellen because the first global star to come to YouTube from the musical world was actually the best artist, Debbie Deckard, who celebrated her 4th anniversary on YouTube this year. Here's the video she made on her channel to talk about 4 years.
Dave is here, and I wanted to let you guys know that today is a very special day. And no, it's not my birthday. It's my 4-year YouTube anniversary. I can't believe it's been 4 years already. I mean, that makes me feel old. But yes, it's been 4 years since I posted my first video up on YouTube. And I didn't even realize that, actually. This morning I had a photo shoot. I got into the car and drove to the location. And we drove past the painting house that I used to work at. And so in that moment, I had all these thoughts, and all these memories came back to me, and just made me realize how crazy this journey has been, and how thankful I am for everything. And I just wanted to take some time out to personally thank you, because I feel like this is our anniversary, and people who have relationships with their anniversary, and this is ours, so I wanted to celebrate it with you, and thank you, and hopefully there will be many more anniversaries to come.
So what I love about this video is she's come back to her roots and she actually made that with a webcam in her bedroom. She's a superstar. She's like, I doesn't travel the globe. She has teams around her that will make her official videos, and she's really true to the core to the philosophy of being real. And you never know what the next star is going to come from. I was thinking, what might be the next big thing? And somebody posted on my wall on Facebook yesterday a video, and I thought, maybe this guy could be quite big. So let's take a look at what I think is the next big star. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised if there are music executives flying at this moment to his home and camping outside. I'm being serious. I spoke to some of the guys from Psycho, the Simon Cowell's company, and they were asking me if Rebecca Black was for real, and whether they should go fly to see her. And I said, I have no idea. How many of you have seen Rebecca Black every Friday? I think that's hung on my head. Because she went viral, even though out of her 57 million views, 99.9% were disliked, which is the first time we've ever seen anything like that, they're still sending executives to her home to point out what they do with her. In the old words of P.T. Barnum, no publicity is bad publicity. Definitely turn that to your advantage, although I think people are a bit harsh with our 13-year-olds. But it's incredible. You never know what will happen. That's what makes YouTube so exciting. But it isn't just about people singing and cats and dogs and skateboards and squirrels and motor skis. It's also about serious business. People are using YouTube today as a means to reach out to others to raise money for charity. Somebody just told me about a video yesterday during the crisis of the tsunami in Japan. They posted a video on YouTube asking if anybody could share the whereabouts of the grandmother, and through that video they were able to reconnect with that person, with that grandmother. People are using Facebook and Twitter for social purposes, and YouTube has also become one of the driving forces behind political change, both from the top big countries like North America, with Obama using it as a core part of the strategy, and also in countries like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Tunisia, where people can express themselves and challenge governments and build around the people with similar minds that wouldn't otherwise be able to communicate. And they have literally changed the world. It's very exciting. Like I used to work for news journalism. We literally had massive kits. If we filmed something a bit crazy in a country that wasn't very open, we'd have to sneak across the border. We could get arrested. We had to go somewhere and spend $1,000 and send a tape. It might take 3 days or a week. Might never make it to the end product. And today, boom, on air. All the news networks are watching. All the news networks are watching every time. The guy from Al Jazeera told me yesterday the best way for them to cover Syria, since they're not allowed in that country to cover, is to wait and look and see what comes on YouTube. It's a massive, powerful experience. And one of the guys, somebody was joking about the government today, who used to just expel the correspondents when they fell in trouble. Now you can't expel the correspondents, you have to expel everybody. Everybody is potentially a correspondent. And it's also about art. It's about self-expression in a way that is quite sophisticated. So we at YouTube have been creating a lot of programs to gather talent that may not have had a chance to be exposed before. So the YouTube Symphony Orchestra is one example. We had a competition globally for amateur classical musicians to submit their videos. 40 of them were flown to Carnegie Hall and performed at Carnegie Hall. We just did the second version of that in the Sydney Opera House. It was an amazing experience for somebody who has a passion, maybe they're a taxi driver, but plays the trumpet really well, and it's transformed people's lives. Same thing with YouTube Play. Artists are able to express their visual skills, and if they were selected by the audience, by the community, they could have their visual works displayed at the Guggenheim Museum, leapfrog straight to fame. And Life in a Day, I think this is amazing. How many of you have heard of Life in a Day? Okay, wow. How many of you have seen the film? Yeah, I went to the opening in Berlin Film Festival. I was actually very moved by this. It's a powerful idea. Ridley Scott, director of Alien, Gladiator, he got very much behind it. Kevin McDonald, the director of The Last King of Scotland. We decided with them to make one day very special, 24th of July, for whatever reason. And on that day, anyone from anywhere in the world could upload a video sharing their lives. Plus, we send out lots of videos, cameras to places where they didn't have as much access to technology. Here's a trailer for the film. skateboards and dogs on water skis and horses and parasailing. It's about real people, it's about real stories. It's about also professional content creators now catching on to what you guys have been doing and saying, I think I need to be a part of this. The first are like, I'm not going to work with you. Really? Really? It was very difficult. You know, the first partner we signed in 2007 was the BBC. We decided to take a chance. At the time, the major broadcaster in North America was actually taking support. And since that time, the BBC, we signed up now 20,000 partners from the Olympics to broadcasters in Nigeria to political parties that are using YouTube to share their views on the environment in Argentina. And some of the broadcasters now are not just putting their content out, but they're also looking to find talent for their own broadcast programs. One of the coolest things I think we've done recently is finding tracks from the big broadcasters like ITV in the UK who said, actually, we get it now. We've done this program called Britain's Got Talent, and we think there's more talent out there beyond the places where we went physically. And Simon Cowell said, let's get YouTube to be another audition point for us. So please watch this video. This is just from 2 weeks ago in the UK.
Think you missed your chance to become Britain's newest talent? I'll think again, because for the first time ever, you can apply for Britain's Got Talent directly through YouTube. You can get the chance to audition in front of a brand new judging panel.
Think you've got what it takes to win a spot on the Royal Horizon Performance? £100,000 starting, become a YouTube sensation and global superstar.
So what are you waiting for? Apply now. Auditions are open to any age and any talent, from dancers, singers, to juggling cats. And couldn't be simpler. Just pick up a camera, film your act, then head to the Britain's Got Talent channel and upload your video by following the instructions. The best submissions will be chosen for audition in front of our judges and become part of one of the biggest shows on telly. So don't just sit there, get filmed.
The next one of Britain's Got Talent could be you.
But you don't really need to go to a broadcaster to become a video. Really? It might be the same way, it's a shortcut if you like. But we're really here because you could be one of our partners. You could be, not just about being famous, about being in a place where people are willing